TikTok, that Chinese communist app that will probably be banned in a few days and provides a source of endless useless financial advice, like girl math.
If I order something using the Starbucks app and I have money preloaded to the app and then I go order the drink, it's free.
Or this guy.
So this Friday, we are total $67,080.90 in credit card debt. It went up a little bit from last week.
And then, of course, remember the Chase Infinite Money glitch, which was basically bank fraud.
Everyone keeps saying I committed some type of crime and fraud.
Yeah. That one came from TikTok too, and most of those people are being prosecuted now. And since TikTok may actually be disappearing from the US market in about a week or so due to the ban, I thought this would be a great opportunity to review some of the gems of financial advice that we can find on this wonderful app. And there are a lot of people spewing incorrect financial information on TikTok, like this.
How much does a mansion cost?
$5.
This child is completely incorrect.
Okay, well that was a kid, but the adults aren't much better. So I've prepared a few clips that we're gonna watch and I'm gonna react to them. Let's go.
My girl Shay was able to get $150,000 in funding just to close on her first Airbnb, and she didn't have no job, no proof of income, and she had no revenue in her business.
She had no job, no income. She was sleeping in the Walmart parking lot. She was showering at Planet Fitness with the $14.99 a month membership. Like, how many things do you want to list that she doesn't have, okay? Or maybe I was exaggerating a little bit there. But they always say this. They're always like, you have no income, you have no job, no credit score, you're bankrupt, yet you can still get $100,000 in loans or whatever. Anyway, I think that's what this is going to be about. Let's see what the next part is.
The first thing she did was have an LLC, and then she built her relationships with multiple banks like Navy Federal, PNC, Bank of America for at least 30 days.
Okay, that music was really pumping as well, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah, I mean, all she did was strike up relationships with that long list of banks. As long as you're with a bank for 30 days, they'll do whatever you want. Or, well, maybe. Let's see what's in the next part.
She applied for every product that each of these banks had on their website, and then she liquidated the credit cards to put down on her first Airbnb.
Okay, she applied for every single product that these banks have. I mean, somehow I think that might be exaggeration, but she says she liquidated the credit cards and used that money for her Airbnb. So I don't know how she's getting that cash, but if you do a cash advance on a credit card, that you're generally going to pay interest on straight away, even if the card has a no interest period, like a 0% APR for 18 months or whatever. You're not going to get that on the cash advance. So I don't know how she's getting $150,000, which I think what was on screen there, to use to buy an Airbnb when, you know, she's going to be paying, what, 30% interest on that? I mean, that's a serious liability. I just don't think it's true, to be honest. I think this is probably fake, and she's probably just trying to lure you in to buy a course or something like that. All right, let's see what the next one has to offer.
So how do we make money from home? For starters, this is not a sponsored video. We just get this question all the time, and honestly, the answer is really simple.
So basically, I just trade stocks on an app called Robinhood, which I left a link in our bio if you want to check it out. It's free to download, free to sign up. They actually give you a free stock, so they're paying you to sign up. But again, not sponsored.
I love how he's so nonchalantly like, oh yeah, you know, I just trade stocks on this app called Robinhood. Like, an app called Robinhood, as if you've never heard of it, right? Where have you been for the last 10 years? And then he's like, oh, you know, and it's not sponsored, but you know, they'll give you a free stock if you sign up. And there's, coincidentally, there's a link in my bio, but not sponsored. Yeah, yeah, dude, that's called affiliate marketing. It's very similar to sponsorship. You're still earning money from it, but okay, technically not sponsored, even though you're earning a commission.
I know trading sounds intimidating. Here's my strategy in a nutshell. I see a stock going up and I buy it, and I just watch it until it stops going up, and then I sell it, and I do that over and over, and it pays for our whole lifestyle.
Yeah, so simple, right? You can just pay for your whole lifestyle. I mean, trading is intimidating because it should be, because it's actually pretty hard, all right? And if it was as easy as this guy describes, literally everyone would be doing it and making thousands of dollars every day. And to be honest, what serious trader uses Robinhood anyway? Robinhood is a very simplified interface. People who really understand trading, I'm not talking about investing, just set it and forget it, leave it there. Yeah, sure, use Robinhood for that. But actually trading, you need technical indicators, you need all this other functionality that Robinhood doesn't provide, all right? So I don't think he's using Robinhood, if he is a serious trader, which I don't think he is. Let's keep going.
If you're wondering how much you can make doing this, In this month, I turned about 400 into 14,000. And in this month, I turned less than 1,000 into 20,000.
That makes no sense, okay? If he's been doing this and he's been doing it for a long time to fund his whole lifestyle, why did he start the month with only $400 and then turn it into 14,000? Surely he would have had a larger amount of capital in the account, okay? That doesn't make sense. Also, you can fake screenshots like this, so I really kind of don't believe any of this. It doesn't really sound legit. I think he's just trying to get you to sign up for Robinhood, to be honest, and get a commission or a free stock. Maybe that's how he got the 14,000. Maybe it was all free stocks of other people signing up and it got him up to that figure. I don't know.
Do not pay off your student loans debt, and here's why. Why give all that money back to the government when you can hold on to that money, invest in real estate or some other asset that can double, triple your money?
Your money. I think this is one of those things where people intentionally pronounce a word wrong to get engagement, and then everyone comments in the comments, "It's not money, you idiot, it's money." And he gets like thousands of comments because everyone's commenting on the one word that he's pronouncing wrong. I've seen that as a strategy before on the internet. I was concentrating so much on the word money that I actually forgot what he was saying.
Double, triple your money.
Okay, so he's basically saying if you have some money, don't use it to pay off your student loans. Use it for something else instead that could double or triple it, and then I guess you could use that money that you make in profit to pay off your loans at a later date. Kind of a, logical argument, sort of similar to the argument of why pay off your house. If you got a mortgage at like 3%, you could make 8% in the stock market, and then you can use the profits from that in the future to pay off your house, okay? Yeah, okay, I get that. Kind of logical.
For example, take that 40 to 50 G's that you have and go buy a fixer-upper like this at a 30% discount.
Okay, the 40 to 50 G's that you have. Wait, who says that you have 40 to 50 G's? He's just assuming that. And then that fixer-upper that he showed, I mean, we didn't really get to see that much, but it just looked like a perfectly normal house with like a little bit of damage to that little bit of roofing at above the porch or whatever. He's probably just standing outside some random person's house and filming it, saying it's a fixer-upper. I don't know.
Then after you fix it up, you go to the bank and do what's called cash out refi. So you can pull the 40 to 50 G's that you have invested in the property back out and go do it again. Okay, cash out refi. That's assuming that you can actually, renovate the property and add enough value that you're able to get that 40 to 50 G's out. And that takes some, knowledge and some research and actual skill to be able to do. So he's kind of making some big assumptions here, but in an ideal world, if you were a really good, expert property investor, you really knew what you're doing, yeah, okay, maybe you could do that. So you basically turn that 40 to 50 G's into a couple $100K, and you never lost the 40 to 50 G's, and you have the asset that pays you every single month. Boom! Boom! Why is he alternating back and forth between G's and K? You turn the 40 to 50 G's into a couple of 100K. Why do you say 100 G's? It sounds like he's talking about something else. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's not wrong, technically, if you really knew what you were doing, but for the average person, I think this is something that's going to require quite a few years of learning how to invest in property and find these undervalued deals and deals that can be, have a lot of value added through renovation. He's talking about, you spend, you fix it up. Maybe you spend $10,000 on renovating it and you add $20,000 in equity, or, that kind of thing where you can add more equity. Anyway, he's probably, knows what he's doing. You might not. So you probably wouldn't be able to replicate this exactly. And where do you get the original 40 to 50 G's from?
Okay, so I just did a quick 5x with Rismus, and here's my next play.
Rismus. What is, that's not an investment, okay? Oh man, anyone who says meme coins are an investment at this stage, I had a period of time where I was into this kind of stuff, but at this stage, guys, it's really just like a casino game, like a slot machine, to be honest, meme coins. You heard about the Hawktar coin, right? That girl who, she started a coin and she's famous for, making a sexual joke on someone's podcast on the street at like 3 a.m. after she came out of a bar.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to it.
She's literally famous for nothing, and they created a meme coin about her, and I don't know, this Rismus, whatever that is, doesn't sound much better. So yeah, it's just gambling, basically.
$400 into Mark Casey, or Casey for the ticker. And if you want to know why I did this, check out my YouTube channel, okay? Because there is a reason why I bought $400 worth of it.
And the video on his YouTube channel that he points you to has a total of 0 views, 0 likes, and 0 comments. So yeah, I'm sure there are some gems of information in that video. I did try to search his channel. I, to be honest, couldn't even find it. I searched very thoroughly for his channel. I could not find it. So maybe he's taken it down because that coin was a rug pull or something. But guys, just my policy, I don't even do crypto anymore. I have a little bit of Bitcoin, but that's about it. And that's really just as a little insurance, you know, just in case. Wouldn't want to miss out if it really did go to $1 million or whatever. But other than that, I'm basically out of crypto. I don't really view it as a real investment anymore. I want stuff that actually has, you know, products and pays dividends and has factories or data systems or whatever it is actually behind it. Well, data systems, okay, I guess crypto is kind of a data system, but you know what I mean. Actual productivity generating money. All right, let's keep going.
Here's how the chart is looking right now. We're forming a double bottom. The whales are buying. We're about to go crazy.
How many buzzwords can you put into that little sentence, Hal? We've got a double bottom. The whales are buying. He sounds like he's just listened to too many crypto podcasts and he's had a little bit of luck with his Gizmus coin and now he's trying to replicate it with whatever that was. Guys, beware of this stuff.
Warren Buffett was once told in the '08 crash, Mr. Buffett, you have lost $10 million today. Do you know what he said?
As if Buffett lost only $10 million in the '08 crash. The guy is a billionaire, all right? He currently has like $277 billion in cash, not even in his actual stock holdings. So, you know, to imagine that he lost only $10 million in the '08 crash is absolutely ridiculous, okay? So this is obviously a fake story. Let's keep going.
He said, I haven't lost anything. I haven't sold. Me and Buffett have the same mindset. I'm tens of thousands in loss on my Euro USD trades, but I haven't lost anything because I haven't closed the trade.
Okay, me and Buffett have the same mindset. I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of people have that mindset. I mean, anyone who's read the book, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett's teacher, which is kind of like one of the first books you read if you're into stocks, will have that mindset, okay? Like, it's a paper loss, right? You don't lose unless you sell. But the thing is, there's a lot of different strategies. Like he was talking about currency trades and he's lost a lot of money on it. He hasn't sold. In Warren Buffett's investing, he does long-term investing, all right? So he's probably going to be waiting for many years. His time horizon is long. But there's other types of investing and trading that you can do that are much shorter term. And certain things, you don't have that luxury of just waiting, okay? Because they could, you know, you could be at a loss for years, or if you're investing in things like leveraged funds and stuff that are designed to only produce gains in a, you know, cycle of one day, and actually over the long term they do go down and you do lose your money, then you can't just hold those forever, right? So there's a lot to kind of understand of different types of investing. So I wouldn't say that this guy is like a hard and fast rule, but you know, if you're trading, then you should still make use of stop loss orders and know when to cut your losses, okay? But if you're doing very long-term investing like Buffett, yeah, okay, it is true, but kind of elementary at the same time.
Your biggest expense in New York City is gonna be food. And I got a way you could eat for free the best food. You're gonna love it. What you do, you stand in front of a nice building. People that work at nice buildings eat food. They order it, delivery guys. And you act like you're on your phone. You know, hey, you say a bunch of big numbers. You know, I want the compound interest dividends. And when you see these delivery guys pull up, you give them that sign, and interest on it.
I want the compound interest dividends. All right, he's dropping buzzwords as well. I think this could work. Yeah, sure, it could work. The only thing is, though, they are supposed to kind of confirm the name with you. So like the delivery guy, if it's Uber Eats or something, if he's not dropping it to your home and he just sees you on the street, he should in theory ask you what your name is. All right. Obviously, if he says, "Are you Jack?" and then you just say, "Yeah," then he screwed it up, right? He should be asking you what your name is and checking it's the same as the name on his app. So, you know, I did this all the time when I was an Uber driver, like 7 or 8 years ago. You would have this issue, like someone gets in the wrong Uber or whatever. Or if you say, you know, you wouldn't ask them their name first, or you wouldn't say their name. You wouldn't say, "Hey, are you John?" Because they might just say yes, even though they're not. So you'd have to say, "What's your name?" And then they would be like, "Oh, I'm Phil." And you'd be like, "No, well, I was waiting for John," or whatever, right? So in theory, this shouldn't work if these delivery guys are doing it right. But, you know, human psychology is weird, isn't it? If you're like out there in a suit, you're like talking on the phone about your compound interest dividends and you look like the kind of guy who should be getting the order, then they probably could be a little intimidated and they don't ask your name and they just give it to you. So yeah, could work. Obviously a crime though. It's theft and he's incriminating himself. Probably satire. But yeah, don't do this, guys, okay? That's bad money advice or bad, criminal advice.
You can avoid 100% of your income taxes every single year. We call this strategy the paper law strategy. The very first thing that I'm going to need you to understand is you're going to need to buy an investment property. When you buy a rental property, it could be an Airbnb or it can be a long-term rental. But as soon as you purchase the property, I want you to write off everything that's on the inside of the property. This could be appliances, bathrooms, tubs, cabinets. And when you write off everything that's inside of the property, it creates a big expense. We call this the cost segregation study.
Okay, this. Well, okay, this is true, but he's explaining it as if it's so simple. But actually, to get a cost segregation study done, you don't just do it yourself, like he said you could do in there. You have to get someone to do it, and it's going to cost you like several $1,000s. Okay, if you search estimates, depending on the house and how big it is and what's in it, how many appliances, it could be between $5,000 and $15,000 to get this cost segregation study done. So, this is a strategy that's for people who have higher incomes, definitely. Also, if you're a real estate professional, i.e. I think it's more than 50% of your time is doing real estate, you can deduct a larger amount of your rental property in the first year. But if you're just a normal investor, normally you have to depreciate it over 27.5 years. That's what I'm doing with my Airbnb. So I'm getting about an extra $12,000 tax deduction every year on the price of the property, I figured out. And then also the hot tub, I have to depreciate that one over 5 years. But, in general, I think this, yes, it is true, but he shouldn't be just presenting it to people as if it's something so simple, all right? It's like those people who are like, yeah, just buy a G-Wagon and, you can get a full tax deduction on that. And they're like, you're not even using it for business and a G-Wagon's like $200,000 anyway. So for the average person, it's just, not even realistic at all. So, it's a shame.
Once you do the cost segregation study, it creates a big enough loss to offset your W-2, your 1099, your stock, and your crypto income, making you tax-free.
It's funny, I love how he's like, yeah, it'll offset your W-2, your stock, and your crypto income, as if, we all just have these incomes, right? Everyone has W-2, stock, and crypto. I mean, you're a freaking loser if you don't have that, guys. You're not getting dividends from your stocks and payouts from your meme coin, Rismus, whatever, So yeah, I mean, it is true what he's saying, but I think it's only going to be useful to higher net worth individuals. And if you're thinking about it, get a CPA to go over the ideas with you, ask about a cost segregation study if it's possible to do on your rental property, etc. And if the savings you would make in taxes would actually offset the price of that study, okay? Because you're going to have to pay $5,000 to do it. All right, guys. So those are a load of funny TikToks, which are very poor financial advice. I do not suggest you follow any of them, although some of them do have some truth to them, but they're just presented in a ridiculous way. And RIP TikTok, because it may be gone in a few days, depending on how fast we edit it. It might even be gone by the time this video comes out. Who knows? It's supposed to disappear on the 19th, but we'll have to see. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Please leave comments down below. What was your favorite piece of terrible financial advice? And if there are some funny ones that I missed that you'd like me to review that you can find on TikTok, or if TikTok's already gone, maybe repost it on Twitter, put the links in the description below or send them to me on Instagram, okay? My Instagram is @thecreditshifu. Send me a DM on Instagram with your favorite TikToks, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts with terrible financial advice, all right? I'd love to review them on the channel. Please subscribe if you're new. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.